Hello again. So I was born exactly a week before Christmas, and this usually meant that I didn't get a birthday gift, as it all came as one great big Christmas present. A two-in-one kind of situation. My birthday is also exactly 2 weeks before New Year. So when I turned 50, I started taking my bucket list building and execution seriously. I no longer do these New Year resolution things, okay? Instead, I have 2 past year reviews. I first have a birthday year review where I take a look at my year since my last birthday, and then 2 weeks later I do a past year review. This week is my birthday week, and I turn 58 on Sunday, the 18th of December. My birthday review is always age related and also aligned with my bucket list, and it's my commitment to achieve at least one bucket list item before my next birthday. Okay, so let me explain how this works for me. Starting with age-related stuff. Reflections begin with where I was this time last year with my body goals. Do I still exercise at the same level as I did a year ago? And if not, what has changed? Am I improving? Am I slacking? Remember that as we age and get older, if we allow our bodies to age naturally, we slow down as we age. So my mission with my body is to stay ahead of that natural aging process and slow it down as much as I can. So, as I do a scan, I have to consider any life experiences I've had that may have affected my stress levels, either by elevating them or by eliminating them. And while I'm doing this, I realize that we can never totally eliminate stress, as we don't live in a bubble. So many things happen along the way that can trigger those stress hormones and destabilize your progress path. So as I recall 2022, my birthday began with us adjusting to the new way of living after the COVID pandemic. This time last year, everything was uncertain. We were coming in and out of endless lockdowns. COVID variants were emerging, and nobody knew what that creature was going to do next. We all had to put our trust in scientists, who themselves were unsure of which direction this thing was going to take. My daughter was going to come home in time for my birthday, and suddenly the UK put a travel ban on South Africa and condemned UK residents going back to the UK to 2 weeks of quarantine at their own expense. So my poor child had to cancel her trip home, which sent all of us into a very stressful uncertainty and the possibility of not seeing her after 2 years. The one thing that kept me going were my exercises every week. The whole of 2021, my workouts were now confined to my home and not the gym, which meant that I could not lift weights the way I was used to and keep up my fitness levels as I did before 2020. So I felt my body change. I ate more due to the stress, and remember, one doesn't realize this until it starts to show on your body, and it usually manifests itself as weight gain in places you never saw fat on before. I am really grateful to Nigeria for standing up to the UK and getting us off that red zone. Things were looking positive, and my daughter finally made it home for Christmas. It felt more like we were stealing Christmas though, as everyone walked on eggshells, hoping that nobody could catch the virus, especially my daughter, who needed to go back to the UK virus-free, because airlines would not allow you to fly if you were COVID positive. So we spent Christmas in Johannesburg because my son was working in Pretoria over Christmas. So we took Christmas to him and spent the week of Christmas there until New Year's. In keeping with my body goals, I exercised every day with my daughter during that Christmas week till the New Year, when she had to leave and go back to the UK. January 2022, my fitness levels are still in check, but I'm feeling my knees restricting me from doing a lot with my legs. See, leg workouts are very important to me because your leg muscles are the largest muscles in your body. And if you work your legs hard, you've pretty much done half the workout. I hit the gym in January and I was now on a mission. But I also realized that I can no longer put a lot of weight on my arthritic knees. So I had to remove barbell squats and leg presses from my workout routine because that puts a lot of pressure on my knees. I was distraught, but I had to adjust and find alternatives. 2021 was also the year I found my entire high school class. So we created a WhatsApp group and I reunited with 4 of my closest high school friends. Although 2 of them had never left my side for the last 40 years. Yes, my last year of high school was 40 years ago. But I shall talk more about that when I do my year in review. So 2022 February, the 5 of us met in Cape Town and we had the most fabulous 2 weeks together. And guess what? I got them all to boot camp every morning. Then we'd jump into the pool afterwards before breakfast. My girls have not stopped working out ever since because I've been doing virtual boot camps with them every single week. Moving to my bucket list. One item on my bucket list was to watch my daughter on set because she's an actress. Once again, the COVID pandemic nearly put a damper on this mission. She was filming in Prague in the Czech Republic, so I was going to spend Easter with her, then travel to Turkey to tick off another bucket list item, which was to play golf in a top golf course anywhere in the world. So I bought my flights as required for Schengen visas, but then I went online to book my visa appointment. The bookings were blocked. And upon inquiry with the Czech embassy, I was told they were not issuing visas to South Africans. That just set me off into a wild frenzy. They told me that to get a visa, I needed a vaccination certificate, which I had. In fact, I'd had 2 jabs. We don't trust South African vaccination certificates, they said, because there are too many fake certificates, so we have suspended all visa applications for South Africans. So the response I got from the embassy, well, I had my flights, I wanted to see my daughter on set, and I was determined to get this, so I wrote to the South African embassy in Prague, alerting them of this problem, which they were clearly not aware of. My daughter also did her best on her side with her production team, and eventually the pressure got to the Czech embassy, and they opened up these appointments 10 days before my departure date. Sanity prevailed, yes. This COVID pandemic got the world very confused and uncertain, and all nations were trying so hard to protect their own. But the truth is that we are now global nomads, and once the dominoes started falling, no one could stop them. And the world soon realized that we all just have to live with this virus. Darwin's age-old theory of survival of the fittest would now apply. Well, I made it to Prague, and 3 COVID tests later, I made it on set. What an incredible experience. Prague is a beautiful city, and I got to climb the long stairs to Prague Castle, another late addition to my bucket list when I realized I was going to Prague. Next stop was Turkey for my golf experience. Now, entering Turkey was like going into a time warp. There was no pandemic panic, no masks, no restrictions. We were back in 2019 over there. It was the best golf trip I've ever had. I played on top golf courses and even played night golf. A very weird and wild experience, but something I won't do again in a hurry. You can't see the ball in the air for starters, and if you move outside of the fairway or the green, it's so dark you can't find a ball. Anyway, here I am 3 days before my birthday, and I'm 3 kilograms overweight, although I can safely say 2 of those are fats sitting on my belly, and 1 of them is muscle. I now have to look at the birthday year ahead. I have new body goals to build more muscle and trim my belly fat. So here's my plan. I've begun a high protein diet, and after Christmas I will design a cheat-proof macronutrient eating plan that I intend to follow religiously, and I have a troop of women joining me on this mission. I'm moving to another level with my weekly boxing classes, and I'll start to box like a pro. The weight training I currently do will not change because I work out 5 days a week and I need to give my knees a break over the weekend. So I shall continue with that routine that I do every single day. So if you'd like to follow my progress, please follow me on my Instagram and sign up for my weekly blog, because I shall be documenting this process. I'm challenging you to do your birthday year in review as well and set yourself new body goals. So let's go. Let's get into 2023 with a bang. Till next episode. Bye-bye. Happy birthday to me. Bye-bye.